What's up guys, today I'm going to show you how I made this airbrushed muscle suit using a WeLoveColors stocking shirt at home. First things first, we're going to open our lovely package containing our baby blue WeLoveColors Armsocks second skin shirt. Thank you again to WeLoveColors for providing this shirt for us. You can see it's a turtleneck that has gloves attached. There's a lot of ways how you can add muscle definition to a bodysuit. You can see here for this, my first example, I actually use eyeshadow and brushes, but since I'm going to be doing a whole upper body, I decided that the airbrush would be more efficient and more longer lasting than just eyeshadow in the past. You can see that this material is very high quality by how close the mesh is and how stretchy it is. The main reason to be adding definition to a suit like this anyway is primarily to replace body painting for a cosplay. So here are the colors that I'm using to create the darker shadows for my bodysuit. Mine is baby blue, so I'm creating a slightly darker teal blue to add some more definition. I will be going over this again with multiple colors, but for the first base, I'm using a slightly darker color first. So when I'm doing this, I make sure I block out the general light shadings first just to get the proportions correct. This does require some artistic skill. You have to know how to shade and where to shade. If you happen to do makeup or art, this might be easier for you, but if it's your very first time, I would recommend using a color that's super similar to the base color and slightly going darker from there. But otherwise than that, I'm just hitting it with the dark shading first of the general areas. So right now, I'm not too focused on getting all the details correct. I'm more focused on getting the proportions correct, and I'm working section by section following some reference pictures. I highly recommend when doing this to have consistent reference pictures because I did flip between two pictures and it get kind of confusing. I ended up actually following a picture of a really ripped muscle suit, so you might see there's way more definition than I had originally planned because I just kept following the picture. But yeah, this is just my first layer of paint. I do slowly go in more and more in areas to make them darker, and it's okay to keep some places lighter because it keeps it more realistic looking. And right here is my weakest point because I don't know anything about obliques and ribs. I've never paid much attention, so I'm so sorry if these are like wrong or something. I just followed the picture. So now that I have the general physique mapped out, I am mixing a slightly lighter color to go into the areas that need the lighter shading. So not so much heavy dark shading, but the lighter areas. Because I think the key to realism in these kinds of things is having multiple kinds of tones and definitions instead of just one flat tone and one flat shading tone. If you have multiple tones, it might make it look more convincing. Also, if you go a little too heavy-handed like I did, you can see that some of the definition is way too dark. Going back in with a slightly lighter color can help. So now I've switched from mannequin to a real life man because my mannequin doesn't have fingers. So you can see here the hands are really important because without shading it just kind of looks like you're wearing like white gloves like Mickey Mouse. But you can see I'm shading in between the fingers, both on the up and bottom side of the hand. I'm doing the knuckles, the palm, the outside of the nail beds, the inner parts of your fingers that bend. So you can see the difference here. It's night and day and it looks so much more realistic. For the nail beds, I just airbrushed around it. I didn't actually do anything else other than that. And since my bodysuit is already so light, I didn't have to go over it with white. But if you have a darker colored bodysuit, you may have to go in and actually paint in the nails with a lighter colored version of your bodysuit base. I do want to advise when you are airbrushing these kinds of things, you want to make sure that whoever is wearing the bodysuit or whatever is wearing the bodysuit is in a pose that doesn't create any wrinkles, because when you airbrush those wrinkles in, they will be on there with the paint as well. Also, I do go in and shade the armpits really dark as well, just so it looks more realistic. You don't have to do this, but I thought it would just help in my case. And I'm also making mistakes myself while doing this. I'm not too much of an anatomy nerd, so I'm not really sure where everything is supposed to go, but I think it looks fine aesthetically. If you're very nervous about doing this for your first time, I can recommend that whatever color base suit you're doing, you get a very slightly darker base in like an eyeshadow or something and brush that on to kind of block out what you're going to do. For something of this scale, it will probably take a lot of eyeshadow or some kind of chalk, I guess. But keep in mind, if you use like chalk or eyeshadow, it doesn't last very long and it can fade over time, or especially if you're sweating or something. But I personally think taking bodysuits like this and shading them on top is a so much better alternative to body paint, especially as someone who lives in the South. Now that I have a satisfactory result, it's time for the big reveal. I present to you Jogo! Look at those biceps, look at those forearms, look at those fingers, look at that neck. His physique, it's incredible. How did he get so much juice? Where does he get the juice from? Oh, watch out. Oh, he's shirtless. Oh my god. Dang, Jogo's been hitting the gym ever since Shibuya. Jesus, look at that back. Look at that lat spread. Holy cow, this guy's been working out. But seriously, look how good it looks. I think it looks really good in my opinion. Pretty good color match. It looks kind of lighter on camera than it is in person. The biceps, the forms, it looks pretty realistic. You can see that one looks like a shirt and one looks like someone's actual skin from far away at least. Kind of my first time doing a bodysuit of this scale, and there's some mistakes for sure, but overall I think I did a really good job. But let's ask our model how he feels. After recording and wearing this, how does it feel to wear a WeLoveColors Armsocks shirt?
Feels very comfortable. The fabric is very like breezy, so I'm not sweating too much. It's not too hot or stuff.
I think it's like 45 degrees Fahrenheit in this garage right now. Are you cold?
No, I'm not cold. This is actually keeping me warm enough where it's just like room temperature up in here.
But also at the same time, it's like breathable.
Yeah.
This was my first time airbrushing a bodysuit on this scale. I'm very excited to try to do more. So yeah, there you have it, how I airbrushed a bodysuit to look like a muscle suit. I think this is a great alternative to body painting. It's also a good investment and time saver in my opinion. If you plan to wear a cosplay that requires you to be a unnatural color, you can just throw your skin suit on and not have to worry about painting it again. Or you can always take it off and like wash your hands, you know? But yeah, thank you so much to WeLoveColors for providing the bodysuit for this video and for just having a really cool shop that provides these kinds of things that are kind of unique and rare to find. Such a high quality. They have such a wider range of products, so I hope this video was helpful to you in some kind of way. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know your thoughts on this process, how it could improve, or what would you do instead. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye!